Welcome back to another episode. It is the preseason bye, so I did not end up recording the preseason games I played. I played the first game just a little bit, and then I played the last game against the Chiefs and won 34-24. I did change the coordinators. We have a new offensive and defensive coordinator. I played the Chiefs game about 2 or 3 times trying to get a feel for the new playbooks, but we hired Nick Gregory as a vertical scheme run offense. And Louis James, I believe we went over in the offseason episode, who has a 3-4 under defensive scheme. I played around with the Tampa playlist, the Tampa Bay playbook on offense, and won that Chiefs game. And then I switched playbooks again because, of course, that has no quarterback run options. And I don't think you can put a custom playbook in the game. And I think I will do that off camera eventually, where I'll just take the Tampa playbook, and add some read options and whatnot to it. But for right now, we are running with a vertical zone run playbook, and it is going to be the Cowboys. I might as well go ahead and change this to a vertical zone run offense. But yeah, that playbook went really well. I have not used the Cowboys playbook yet. The Buccaneers playbook is the one that went really, really well. But it's the same scheme, so hopefully we'll have a lot of the same formations, plays, and concepts. But, yep, it is cut week, so I am going to try to cut or move Chase Claypool. Another thing, also, I did end up finding Kyle Hamilton. He didn't show up. I think it was a glitch when I was on the week against the Jets. I don't know if that episode's going to be posted, but I looked for him because the Ravens signed C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And so now they also have Chuck Clark. And so now Kyle Hamilton's like third on their depth chart. And he's at a position that we could desperately use. So I'm going to try to make a trade for him. But yeah, so they cut Chuck Clark? I think they did, because he's not here anymore. So I would love to get Hamilton over Clark, but first let's see if we can move Claypool. See if there's any interest. It's yellow. Okay, very little. I'm not giving up a pick higher than the third round, honestly, just because those picks are super valuable to us. A right end, though, we could give him Mohammed. They're not interested, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get Hamilton. Let me try to find out where Chuck Clark went. They really need to add a player finder to Madden. We need it in Madden more than we needed it in 2K. Did he get cut? He did. Here he is. Chuck Clark, 28-year-old strong safety, and Adrian Phillips also got cut. He is 31, though. Xavier Woods is here as well. And I think we're going to bring in Chuck Clark and add him and either slide him to free safety or slide Jaquan Brisker to free safety. I think I'm going to slide him to free safety. Brisker's been such a good tackler. And then I think I'm also going to bring in a corner. We're going to stick with the secondary we have. But, yeah, we're going to bring in Chuck Clark. Go ahead and potentially move him. I want to move him because Brisker's been so good at that strong safety position for us. He was super consistent for us last season. He was our best tackler. So I think we'll move Chuck Clark. I think Chuck Clark probably has better coverage ratings. Probably went up in overall. Stayed the same. But 79 or 78 zone. Okay, we'll take that. But let's go ahead and make our final roster cuts here. We're going to cut Chappelle Russell. We'll keep Tony Brown. We'll keep Weatherford just because of the positions. We'll cut Williams. We'll cut Omar Bayless. I think he was a former Panther. Cut Trey Nixon. We have a ton of receivers. We'll keep Tyler Johnson. And then we will either release or cut Claypool or Jarvis Landry. I'd rather get rid of Claypool. I know we give up a second-round pick for him. It would be 2 seasons ago. No, it'd still be last season. But he ended up falling way out of the wide receiver thing in preseason. So I would love to move on from him. Thinking of a team. The Browns could use another receiver. Could we get, we're not going to get a second round for him. Could we get a third round pick for Chase Claypool? The Browns are not cap space. Could we ship him to the Ravens, who desperately need a receiver? And try to get a third round pick. And we do. Okay, so a weird sequence, I guess, for Claypool. He gets traded to Chicago at the deadline. And then for a second round pick. And then before the start of the next season, he gets traded to the Ravens for a third round pick. So not bad return for a guy that I plan on cutting. We get a third round pick for a guy that wasn't going to be on the roster anyway. So go ahead and cut Tony Brown. We'll just go ahead and cut the rest of the guys. I thought I cut Omar Bayless. But that will do it for the preseason. We do have 15 staff points. We'll look to use those in week 1 as we simulate. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our season goal. We're gonna go with 7 wins this year. We went 5-12 last year. I think we're definitely a better team than last year. Opening day keys as we face Joe Burrow in week 1. It's gonna be a stifling defense. I'm gonna do that a lot of the times, and it's gonna be disrupting the pass. We were the 6th or 7th best team against the pass last year, and I'm hoping that we're only gonna improve from there. So I think we can do a pretty good job against this elite Bengals passing offense. But we'll see. Let's get a sacks goal with our brand new pass rusher in Cole Lindsey, the 3rd overall pick of last year's draft. He played the first quarter in preseason, had a sack at TFL and 4 total tackles in 1 quarter, and then he hurt his hand at the end of the quarter and didn't play the rest of the preseason. So he broke his finger. So that's what happened. So he is healthy though for week 1, which is of course great. But let's go ahead and get our scouts done. I'll try to do this pretty quickly. I'll let the computer assign them. I don't like doing all that. It's too much and it's just annoying. I'm multitasking here. The Packers are in a close game. It is Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody out there that celebrates Christmas. But it's the Packers-Dolphins game. It's 23-20 in the 4th quarter here, so I'm kind of multitasking. But I'm at limited time. I have a busy next week as I move out and move back into school and get ready for that and start work at my other job again. But anyway, so facing the Bengals here, we're going to defend the deep pass against Tua, and all the starters will be getting the reps. And then defensively or offensively, let's just throw it short and make sure these starters are getting the reps. And then before we start the game, I do need to go and make my adjustments to the depth chart. As we see our focus players here, we have our 2nd round pick in Tayshawn Clinton. Our 2 first-round picks, Keon Hightower and Cole Lindsey. Seth Leonard, our 5th round pick. Justin Fields, our quarterback of the future. And I can take Sean Reese out there now that we have Chuck Clark and put maybe a guy like, let's put our left tackle, Braxton Jones, I believe. Yep, let's put Braxton Jones up here. I'm hoping he can progress to the high 70s this year so that I would solidify him as our left tackle for the future. Not solidify, but it'll make so that I don't have to focus on drafting or signing a tackle in the offseason. It's not going to be a huge concern if he can. So that would be great. No injuries on either side of the ball, which is, of course, what we like to see heading into the start of the season. We do have a couple of player upgrades to get to. It's going to be Jack Sanborn and Alex Leatherwood. Go ahead and give him field general. And get +3 awareness. Get some good upgrades there. And then we'll just let the computer upgrade Alex Leatherwood. And, so last thing before the week, let's go ahead and do our staff goals. for the head coach. Yeah, let's go ahead and win the turnover battle. Let's get 250 plus offensive yards. Let's allow 24 points or less. And let's get 200 rush yards. Like I said, this is the Dallas playbook. I haven't used it. I'm not sure if they have any read options. Dak is a guy that, you can run the read option with, but you really don't. So they probably don't have it in there, but they might have one or two. I don't know. We'll find out here soon. But it's going to be a home game for week 1. So let's start the year off getting a win here at home in front of our fans at Soldier Field, as we see Hugh Jazz come onto the field for the first game of his second season with the Chicago Bears. And it's not going to be an easy game at all. We are facing Joe Burrow and the high-powered Bengals offense. So by no means will this be an easy task for our defense or our offense, as the Bengals also have a really good defense, especially in this game. But the Bengals will get the ball here first on their own 25-yard line as Joe Burrow comes onto the field. New DC, new OC, new pass rusher, entirely new linebacking core, I believe. Mara is our one returner at linebacker. So, pretty new defense. We'll see how it goes up. But first play of the game goes for 0 yards. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. Lindsey's going to beat his man off the edge and get to Burrow, and that's going to be a roughing the passer. Even though as soon as the ball was thrown, I took my finger off of the joystick running towards him, so that was the computer forcing that on me. That's weird. It has rush left in, I guess, depending on the formation. But anyway, that's going to give him an extra 15 yards there. Not what you want to see on the opening drive of the game. As Joe Burrow goes back to pass and is going to check it down to his tight end, Hayden Hurst, who's going to be stopped by who else? If you need a sure-handed tackle, there's only one guy, Jaquan Brisker. He's going to have 6 yards there. And they go back to pass again, and Mixon makes the catch. Brisker unable to make the tackle here, but he gets stopped not long after for a gain of 4. But that is enough for a first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 here. I do want to try to use your Lindsey a lot, but using a pass rusher isn't always the most exciting thing in this game. And that one should have been picked off, but it wasn't. Hollins did not make a play on the ball, but yeah, we have our new linebackers in Brown and Justin Hollins, and Morrow is our one returner, and then of course on the edge we have Cole Lindsey joining the team. But Joe Burrow off to a hot start this game, and which sucks because we wanted to stop the pass. He's 5 for 5 in the air, I believe 41 total yards. It's going to be another 1st and 10, and he's going to find T. Higgins, who's going to get into the end zone, but there is a flag on the field, and that's probably a holding because it came after the ball was thrown. And it will be a holding. I don't know why he's running. He's doing butt kicks. But it will be a holding, so this one is coming back, and it's going to be 1st and 20 here now for the Bengals. Hopefully we could take advantage of that. They're going to motion Mixon out, which means it's a pass. Let's see if Lindsey can get some pressure. And he can't. Burrow gets the ball out quick. It's going to be a check down to Hayden Hurst, who's going to have 7 and bring up 2nd and 13. Second catch of the drive. So 2nd down here, they give it to Mixon, and he gets tripped up at the 19 for a gain of 3, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 here. Obvious passing down. Just go get the sticks. And Lindsey's going to have his pass rush meter full. And he's going to beat his man and chase Burrow down, not get the sack, but he's going to have pressure on there. Taco Charlton is going to get the sack. Former Michigan Wolverine brings Burrow down to force a field goal. So bend don't break there by our defense. That holding really killed the drive. I mean, they had a touchdown brought back, and then it was just 1st and 20 there behind the sticks. Meet the defense for the Bengals. Sam Hubbard, another Buckeye at left end. I have a lot of Buckeyes on this team. Trey Hendrickson at the right end. DJ Reader, the very, very talented defensive tackle, and B.J. Hiller in the middle. Logan Wilson on the outside. Leighton Vander Esch, former Cowboys, signed him in free agency. With Pratt with Jermaine Pratt and Akeem Davis-Gaither on the right side. Chidobe Awuzie and Mike Hilton are their top 2 corners, with Cam Taylor-Britt and Akilo Weatherspoon. No more Eli Apple. Jesse Bates is at free safety, one of the best in the league, with Daxton Hill backing him up. And Von Bell is at strong safety, the vet, who is still a very, very, very good player. So, like I said, a very talented Bengals defense. They have talent at every level. Nothing is a given on offense against this team, but, I think we can earn our way through. And we're going to start this off with play action and almost throw a pick on our first play. We got hit as we threw. Mooney was open. Just did not have the time to get it to him. We do need to worry about Trey Hendrickson in this game. He doesn't have an ability, but he has a very high speed rush rating, and so I need to be aware of that. And he also plays on, he plays on the right side. Okay, I couldn't remember if he played on the left. But he's playing on our right side of the line, so just need to be aware of that as we look for commit on third down, and that's just a bad throw. But first and 10 here, Brisker's going to come down in the linebacker spot, and should have had a pick there on Joe Burrow covering Hayden Hurst, but the game was not kind enough to give it to me, and it's going to be second and 10 here. And Lindsey's going to shed that block and keep Mixon from going into his initial hole, but Mixon's able to find another one and turn it upfield for a nice gain of 13. And Chuck Clark makes the stop, the new free agency addition. And Burrow's going to check it down to Hurst for a gain of 3. Or 2, and it's going to bring up second and 10. I was on him in man. I decided it was more important to cover the hole in case it was a run. And I'm glad I did because it was a short route. And Morrow's going to make a nice play. He's going to see that with the eyes on the back of his head and throw his hand out. Force an incompletion. Brings up 3rd and 8 here. A chance for our defense to get off the field. Actually, they could hit a 55-yarder with McPherson. And that one's going to go right over my head. That was my fault. It was a good route concept. It forced me to choose with Brisker. They ran 2 into the zone. And that's going to be a first down. Burrow to Higgins. And Burrow is going to pass. And he's going to have T. Higgins once again, who's going to get a gain of 8, bring up second and 2. Come on. Hollins was right there, but unable to make a play on the ball. And that's going to be another completion and another first down for this Bengals offense. They are having their way with us. We had a chance to get off the field on third down a little bit ago and just couldn't do it. Burrow is getting the ball out of his hands quick, so Lindsey doesn't have a sack. And I mean, it's only the first quarter, but doesn't have a sack, but it's not because he's not been productive. It's just Burrow hasn't been holding the ball very long. And that one's going to be caught on the sideline for a gain of 3, bringing up second and goal. It's telling us to go on goal line, so it looks like a run here. And we're going to stop Mixon at the 1, and let's go ahead and take a look here at this Bengals offense and make a change to our defensive lineup as well. Joe Burrow, of course, is the quarterback, 95 overall with Joe Mixon, and Dayon Moore, the rookie. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, the very, very, very talented receiving core. Hayden Hurst is their tight end with Devin Asiasi backing him up. Joni Williams at left tackle. Cody White here at guard. Brad Berry at center. Alex Kappa at right guard. And Leal Collins at right tackle. And then I do want to make a change to our linebacking core. I want Seth Leonard over Sanborn. Third and goal here. Big play. We're going to go ahead and guess run up the middle and just hope that we're right. And we are not right, and Leonard does not have the speed to get out to Mixon as he gets into the end zone untouched. All right, so we end up blocking the kick on the extra point, and we're turning it out to the 24-yard line, so it's going to be 9-0 instead of 10-0. And let's see if our offense can get something going here. We run it on first down with Montgomery for a gain of 2. We have 5 total yards of offense in this quarter. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 here. And we're going to find Darnell Mooney there for a gain of 2, it looks like. And Trey Hendrickson is going to be the hurt Bengal on that play. And it's going to bring up another third down, 3rd and 4 here. They have the double mug look. You already know we're going to run the ball. Give it to Montgomery, who gets a block and then gets stopped 2 yards short at the 33-yard line, and that's going to end the first quarter. We have, something to think about. It's 3rd and 2 here. We're on the wrong side of the field. We do have read options in this playbook, and I think that's what we're going to run here on 4th and 2 from the 33. We're going to give it to Montgomery, who's going to break a tackle and get the first down and more. Gain of 6 there. Big play there by David Montgomery, giving us another first down. We're going to run read option again. I'm so glad it's in this playbook. And we don't give it to Montgomery. We probably should have, but Fields is going to go that way. Break 2 tackles and get a nice gain of 7, bringing up 3rd and 3 here. I do want to get the run game established. That is what I really want to do. I'm not too worried about passing. We do have better weapons than we do last year, and so I do trust our receivers a lot more, but I still want to be a run-first offense. As we get to 3rd and 1 here. Going to run read option again. This time Hubbard collapses. We keep it with Field, who makes a nice move on Jesse Bates. Cuts it back upfield and gets a nice gain. Justin Fields on the ground. Haven't done much through the air, but we haven't had to. Running game is able to work, or it has been working on this drive. We are going to go play action here. Hopefully get the linebackers to come in. No one budges. And we're going to look for Mooney on the sideline, who's going to make a fantastic catch. Working on Chidobe Awuzie right on the sideline. Great catch there by Darnell Mooney. And it's going to be another first down there. And the double mug look again. They bring the pressure. And we're just going to get rid of it there. Probably should have audible to a run like I always do, but we don't. It's going to be 2nd and 10 here after that incompletion. And Montgomery able to slide into the hole and get a nice gain there on 2nd down, Make it a 3rd and much more manageable at 3rd and 5 here. And we are able to find the rookie there, Clinton, who makes the catch. Brings it down to the 5-yard line. To be 1st and goal here. Hand it to Montgomery, who gets a block from the tight end / fullback and then gets pushed into the end zone. Great block by Oliver there. And David Montgomery has the first touchdown of the Chicago Bears season. So the Bengals back on the field here for their 3rd drive of the game. Went field goal, then touchdown. And they're going to start with a pass here, and he's going to throw it up there for Hurst. And Brown was there, just didn't react to the football again. It's going to be another completion and another catch for Hayden Hurst, who's having himself a nice first half. And they're going to run play action here. And Burrow's just going to be forced to throw it away. Great coverage there. 3rd and inches here. You would expect a run, but you never know with the Bengals offense. And, yep, it's going to be a throw here, and he's going to have T. Higgins on the outside, who has another catch. And Higgins and Hurst are having huge first halves so far. They have the bulk of the catches. And that's going to be a handoff to Mixon, and Jayon Brown able to get over there and stop him for a gain of 9. Remember, our rush defense was atrocious last year, so I'm hoping that this year, with a new linebacking core and a free safety that has played strong safety a lot, and is a good run support safety. With all that being said, I'm hoping that our rush defense can be not bottom 5 this year. And, Jalen Johnson dropped a pick 6 there. That would have gone back the other way. Wow. Devastating right there. And that kick was no good. I swear I turned off roughing the kicker. I thought I turned that penalty off. Who? I hate to see it. We got them off the field. They missed the field goal. Where's the roughing the kicker? He just... What are you doing, game? What are we doing?
Here we go.
What are we doing? It's just frustrating. Going to go on the dime here, knowing it's a pass, empty backfield, and he's going to have Tyler Boyd over the middle for a gain of 7 on what it should be our ball. It really should, but Madden said, fuck you, essentially. And as you guys saw, you saw that penalty. There's nothing I can do about that. And he's going to check it down here to his tight end. I'm not sure who that is. That Ossie? I believe he was drafted by the Patriots in that 2020 year. If that is him. It is. It's just, I'm going to be pissed about that, especially if they get points off this drive, which they do. Wow, Madden really scripted that entire drive. Like, that was insane. All right, so I get the ball here on the 25-yard line for our next drive. The Packers game just ended against the Dolphins. Tua sold. But anyway, back to this game. I'm really pissed about that Bengals touchdown drive. I really am. We had them on 4th and 2. They kicked the field goal. They missed it, but my linebacker, controlled by the computer, decided to just run directly to the kicker's leg and get a roughing the kicker. And the thing that pisses me off is I normally have the roughing the kicker turned off because of things like that, and I just apparently forgot to turn off the penalty. As we check it down there to commit, and Bates makes a nice play forcing the completion. And we're going to be forced to punt again. Kind of just bad play calling by me. I'm still really pissed off about the last drive, but we'll punt it away here, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Down 9 here. This game moving pretty speedily.
On one, ready?
It's been a ton of completions by Joe Burrow, really. And that's going to be a catch there by Jamar Chase with Gordon on him. Everyone else was covered beautifully. We're gonna go ahead and tell Jalen Johnson to just go ahead and follow Jamar Chase. The only issue is, like, all 3 of these receivers are better than all of my corners. And that's going to be caught for another first down. They're going to review that. They're just going to waste our time, essentially. It's very clearly a catch. What? Like, he caught it and took like 5 steps and then got pushed out of bounds. Give me on a linebacker. Or I guess Jaquan Briscoe's fine too. And that's going to be dropped by Hayden Hurst, which is good because I completely overcommitted to the flat route, and he ended up running that angle route. Brisker's playing a lot of, I guess he's listed as our nickel linebacker. Because I was saying he's playing a lot of, like, not linebacker, which is fine with me. He's one of our best tacklers. But they're completely dicing up. Joe Burrow is completely dicing up our offense. Our secondary, we cannot continue to sit in zone. And they're going to call a timeout at the weirdest time. They're going to line up, let the clock run, and then call timeout. Interesting. But it's going to be 1st and 10 here from the 32. We've had no success. We did have success stopping the Bengals. The game just didn't want us to have success stopping them. And we're going to get pressure on Joe Burrow. Justin Jones was there. And we're going to force a throwaway there. 2nd and 10 here after the incomplete pass. And it's going to be a screen. And we're going to read it with Jayon Brown and make the tackle for a short gain of 4. 3rd and 6 here. Can we get off the field? We cannot. He's going to have that's Tyler Boyd or T. I always get their numbers mixed up. I want to say that's Tyler Boyd. Higgins is 85. That's going to be another first down nonetheless. And Burrow should have been picked off by Brisker on Hurst. Great coverage, but you gotta pick that off. Jalen Johnson already has a dropped pick 6. 11, oh wow, he got burned. Jeez. I mean, we just can't hang with the man coverage. Run game, can't rely on that this game this drive with only 14 seconds left. We'll go ahead and run read option. Just see what happens here. We'll hand it off and get 2 yards, and then just we'll run the half out. Oh nope, we are gonna get one more play off, And Hendrickson's waiting for us. We have the ball here to start the half. Imperative that we get points off this drive, considering we have not forced a punt or anything yet. We're going to just throw one for our backup tight end, who makes a good adjustment on the balls. It was severely underthrown because of the pressure, and he's going to make the catch. That's going to be a first down, and then he's 16. So you see Justin Fields has only thrown the ball like 7 times, I think is what it is. He's 4 for 7, something like that. We've been just mostly running the ball. Another throw there to this one and down on Mooney. That was his 3rd catch of the game. Gain of 5 there. We're going to give it to Montgomery, who's going to run into Trey Hendrickson for no gain. And our 2nd-round receiver, Tayshawn Clinton, is going to be hurt on that play, on a run play, where he's doing nothing but running in a straight line. And that one's almost picked off. We have to go for it here. Like, there's no way I'm punting the ball back where we go down 30-0. And they're showing double mug. And they bring it, which means, yep, one of the signs is going to be open. It's Darnell Mooney, who makes his man miss, gets tripped up, and gets brought down at the 41-yard line. Gutsy call. Mooney runs a nice route, get the first down, keep the sticks moving. Leighton Vander Esch with this tackle. It's going to be 1st and 10 here from the 41. And Montgomery's going to get hit in the backfield for a loss of 1. We had that one drive where we were pretty successful running the ball with both Fields and Montgomery, but this drive, it's been pretty bad on the ground. Probably should not have thrown that. As Mooney loses 3 yards on what'll go down as a rush. And it's going to be 3rd and very, very long. 3rd and 14 here. They're in man here. I wanted to run it out of man, and just the game refused to let me get a lane. Use one of those lanes. I didn't even think about looking downfield on that. I just wanted to run the ball immediately. So Gill on here to punt. We're on 4th and 14 here. And it is going to hit at the 6-yard line and check back, and it's going to die at the 6.5, 7-yard line. Great punt by Trenton Gill. Pinned him back deep. Maybe, just maybe, if we're lucky, we can force a punt. And see, I like this pass rush duo. You know, the 3rd overall pick in Cole Lindsey standing up and Eric Armstead on the other side. Like, that's a pretty solid pass rushing duo. As you see the 2 guys right there. Obviously, none of that matters if we can't cover the receivers long enough for the pass rush to get there, but or if they're running the ball like that. And Joe Mixon just runs over. I don't know who that was, but just completely runs him over. And that's going to be a nice gain and another first down. There's just, I mean, very little we've been successful with against this offense. And it's not like they have a ton of yards either. They don't. And that one's going to go deep for Jamar Chase. And Johnson makes the play on the ball, tips it up in the air, and Chuck Clark can't complete the interception. That is our 2nd dropped interception of the game. Hate to see it. It'll be 2nd and 10 here, and they're going to do the exact same thing. And Johnson tips it up again, and this time Jamar Chase almost catches the tip ball and would have taken that to the house. Instead, it's just going to be 3rd and 10 here. So that is our 3rd dropped interception of the game. And Barrow's going to check down to Mixon, who's going to be immediately pushed out of bounds by Kyler Gordon. And I believe that's his name, Kyler, maybe. But regardless, hey, we force our first punt of the game as Riley Dixon is on. And it's going to go right out right at the 20. I forgot how to speak English for a second. And our offense is going to come back on the field. Let's do something here, guys. And we're going to run it with Justin Fields, who is going to get to the outside and get a gain of about 4. So bring up 2nd and 6 here. As Tayshawn Clinton is already back onto the field. I'm hoping we can get something here. Yep. We are going to have Mooney, who makes a nice catch on the sideline for a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 2 here. We have not seen a carry from David Montgomery yet. Not David Montgomery. Khalil Herbert. Might look to get him the ball some, since Montgomery hasn't been able to do much. 13 rushes for 35 yards. Does have a touchdown, though. but might make a sub here soon. But hey, gets the first down right there. It's gonna be 1st and 10. We're gonna do some run some play action here. Take a shot. It was just a great play. Great play by, I believe, Leighton Vander Esch. Thought I had him open over the middle of the field. Vander Esch makes a nice adjustment on the ball, able to knock it away. 2nd and 10 here. And we're going to check it down into Montgomery, who's going to make the catch and then be stopped for a gain of 5, bringing us to 3rd and 5. I think we're already in 4-down territory. We're only down to 16, but our defense only has 1 forced punt so far. And so, relying on him to get stop after stop is not something we have the luxury of doing. And that catch is going to be made short of the 1st down. It's going to be up 4th and inches. We got to hand this ball off here. No way we don't pick it up, right? No way. No way we don't pick it up. Oh, how do we not pick that up? How? That is something I would challenge, but the game is already the Madden gods have already decided how this game is going to go. I'm convinced after that roughing the kicker. Like, I understand a roughing the kicker when, like, you dive to block the kick and you miss and you fall into the kicker. Like, yeah, whatever. But when you're just running directly into his leg, that's just clearly Madden being scripted. But I'm telling you, it's really going to get on my nerves the rest of the game. And that's going to be a nice hit made on T. Higgins, but he does hold on to the ball. And let's try to get some pressure here with Lindsey. It's probably going to be, it's not a run. And Burrow's going to have, is that Higgins again? I want to see how many catches Higgins has. Jamar Chase has been quiet. I think he only has 1 catch. But it's been Higgins and Boyd, mainly Higgins. But both those guys have been cooking us. Hurst cooked us in the 1st quarter too. So getting cooked by everyone but Jamar Chase. And there's Hayden Hurst again with that's his 2nd drop of the game. That was just right in his hands. It's being up 2nd and 10. They would have more rushing yards if they handed the ball off more. And right as I say that, they do hand it off, and Mixon's going to be hit immediately for a short gain of 3, bringing up 3rd and 7 here. Another chance for our defense to make a big play and force a field goal. Holding the 3 here would be huge. Brisker's in there at linebacker. Going for the end zone, and that one's broken up by Jalen Johnson, working on Tyler Boyd. He's had a really good game. He's been on Jamar Chase for most of the game now at this point. Chase still only has 1 catch, I believe. So Jalen Johnson looking pretty good there in coverage, as that kick by McPherson is good, and that's going to move their lead up to 19 points. I don't know. Like, you look at the score and you're like, okay, you suck. But I feel like this game has gone pretty well. I mean, not well enough for us, obviously, because we're getting killed. But our offense has struggled, but I've seen some positive things. And then our defense has not allowed, a big play. So we're making them earn everything, which is, what you can ask, especially against a team that is way more talented than you, a unit that's way more talented. If you're forcing them to earn every yard, then I feel like that's a good thing. And we have not given up any big plays. I think we gave up 1 big run, but we haven't given up a ton of big plays. So they're going on long drives, and they're going on long drives and, getting it yard by yard. We've gotten into a ton of 3rd downs, just having to get off the field, and, that's a step in the right direction for us. Now our offense is still looking pretty rough. You can contribute it to the fact that we have a new scheme, a new playbook, a new offensive coordinator, almost brand new offensive line. But whatever the case may be, our offense still needs to get better. As we have a nice play there on 1st down, or a nice run there. And see, I didn't like what I saw. I would have had someone open had I looked downfield, but I wanted to run the ball with Fields, and ends up not being good, as we give up a sack, and we're going to find Mooney there, who turns the corner and then gets popped. But either way, that's a nice gain of 8, brings us to 3rd and 3. Have a lot of options here. And Clinton, the 2nd-round receiver, is going to get open. working on the linebacker there. I believe that was Leighton Vander Esch. And I knew once he cleared that safety, he was going to be wide open because, the linebacker on a receiver, too big of a speed difference. We're going to send Clinton on a go here. He's in press coverage. Does not beat his man. We're going to check it down here to Montgomery, who's going to get up to the 25-yard line. And I did not realize the clock. I mean, we're not going to win this game. I think we know that. I think our fans know that. I think the Bengals know that. What I want to do is just, get things moving with this offense, get things going, try to get used to this playbook. And this drive, I mean, it's going pretty well here. We're going to just check it down there to Clinton, who has another catch. Nice little debut for him. 4 catches, 32 yards. 2nd and 7 here. And Mooney's wide open over the middle of the field, and that's going to be a touchdown. All right, so here come the Bengals for another drive. So our defense this half, if I remember correctly, they've only allowed 3 points. So, obviously, really nice improvement over last half, and that one's going to be broken up by Jalen Johnson. He's been playing. He's been having himself a great game. Has 2 dropped picks, but still, been having a great game. 2nd and 10 here. After that incompletion. And he's going to have Jamar Chase that time, who's going to... Thought he fumbled. I don't know. The play was taking forever. It took forever to be blown dead, but it's going to be 3rd and 1 here. And I'm nervous for a run. And it is a run. And Justin Jones got in the backfield and just didn't make the tackle. That's huge. We would have got the ball back with plenty of time to go down the field and score. And then potentially get the ball back again. But that first down is just going to make sure the clock keeps running. And it's going to be a draw play here, and Jayon Brown is going to get off of his block and make the stop behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1 there. I'm too scared to guess run because they don't have to run. And I'm glad I didn't. It is going to be a pass here. And he's going to check down to Mixon. Jayon Brown is there again for yet another tackle. We got to get out of that. What? It's right over Jayon Brown's head. That's just it's just the issue with Madden Zone sometimes. He has no idea that there's a receiver that went right above him, or that's right behind him, I should say. And it's going to be a check down. Good adjustment made by Gordon to make the tackle immediately for a gain of 4. But it doesn't matter. They're just continuing to keep the clock moving. Just try to get some pressure with Lindsey. We don't have a sack this game. There's another QB hit, though, by Lindsey. And we don't need to watch the replay game. First and 10 here. They're just going to run the clock out. It's going to be a run with Mixon up the middle of the field, who's going to break like 3 tackles and not lose his balance. We're going to call timeout. What I really want to do is just get our offense back on the field, get one more drive in. 2nd and 5 here. We're going to guess run up the middle. It should be. It is. And Gibson's going to be there. First one to hit him. Or another tackle. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Just cover the sticks. And we cannot get the sack, but we do get the stop right before the 2-minute warning. Probably was a bad idea because, oh, wow. They're going for it. They're lining up to go for it. And they're going to hand it off to Mixon, who's going to get stopped before the line. And we're going to have the 2-minute warning. So we're going to have 1 play and then the 2-minute warning. No more timeouts. That was interesting for him to go for. I guess going up 15 is the same as being up 12. We still needed 2 touchdowns. And that one's going to be incomplete, bringing us to the 2-minute warning. So right out of the 2-minute warning, I just want to get points off this drive. And we're going to check it down the field at the last second. We had pressure coming from Trey Hendrickson, who was working on our free agency signing at right tackle. And we're going to keep it there with Fields, who's going to have a huge hole. Turn up field, get a nice block, break a tackle. And Justin Fields running down the field all the way to the 30. So from the 30 to the 30. And nice 50-yard gain there. Nope, 40-yard. I can't do that. I don't know what that celebration was. I never want to see it again. And that is going to set us up in great position to get points off this drive. We're going to throw it to Clinton, who's had his fair share of catches this game. Gets another one there. 2nd and 5 here. We have Cole Lindsey open, who makes a catch. Tackled there by Jermaine Pratt. And it's going to be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line here. Chance to get points on this drive. And Cole Lindsey gets wide open, and Justin just misses him. It was just a bad throw. So 2nd and goal here. And Fields carries it for a short gain. And this is going to be the last play of the quarter of the game. And it is going to be an incomplete. Oh! It's a touchdown to David Montgomery. I threw it to Cole Lindsey, and the throw was just wildly inaccurate. Somehow, David Montgomery catches it. I throw it to Cole Lindsey. Pratt had the pressure, so it was a really bad throw. And Montgomery just teleports behind. Like he just teleports through Jesse Bates and gets his feet down in the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown. So David Montgomery, 2 touchdowns throughout on the game. One through the ground, one through the air, and one on the ground. That's going to end the game here. We ended up losing 26-25. Our defense had a really, really good second half, only allowed 3 points. Had that roughing the kicker never happened, we would have won this game. So definitely improvement over last year. Still didn't have a sack though, which hurts. But Burrow was getting the ball out of his hands really quick. Offense with the new playbook, new scheme, looked a lot better. I mean, we put up 21 points, which isn't too shabby. Justin Fields didn't turn the ball over. 2 touchdowns, no picks. 112 passer rating to Burrow had 104. Montgomery, 16 rushes, 50 yards. Joe Mixon, 15 rushes, 64 yards. And then Justin Fields, 7 for 67. T. Higgins was burning us the entire game. 9 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. Darnell Mooney, 8 for 80 and a touchdown. We see Joe Mixon, Hayden Hurst. Jamar Chase, 4 catches for 47 yards. Not an insane game. But we see Clinton here in his debut. 5 catches, 37 yards. And Garrett. Oh, we did. When did we get a sack? I don't remember getting a sack. Who had a sack? Taco. That's right. Taco Charlton had a sack in the first half, in the first quarter, and apparently our center gave up a sack, but none of their players have a sack. So now I'm confused. We were under pressure a ton though. I do know that. Maybe because that was a TFL because it was a run. Maybe they had a ton of TFLs, a ton. We did as well, but looking at the stats for our third overall pick, Cole Lindsey. Let's see how he did in his first game. He had 3 total tackles, 1 TFL, no sacks. Not obviously a huge debut, but definitely room to improve. Going up against a really good opponent to start off his career, but we don't get the dub, but I mean, played a good game. There's a lot of good things to take away from this. Losing by only 5 to the Bengals is not a bad way to start the year. I mean, obviously you'd rather win, but I'd say we played a solid game. And let's look at our key to victory, which is funny because we didn't get the victory. Jalen Johnson had a great game. He did drop a pick 6, and 2 other picks, but still had a great game nonetheless. So, assessing the defensive performance. No, any loss hurts. Okay, all defensive players will have -5 play rec. Nice. That makes sense. You let a very good quarterback in Joe Burrow play very well, and now you can't recognize plays. Yeah, thank you. But Anyway, that is going to do it for me in this episode. I don't know why I clicked on that. Next episode, we will be playing week 2. I don't know how much of the game I'm going to play. I don't know every week. I always like to play all of week 1 to get a feel for the team. But we'll be facing the Niners, the team we played in the season opener last year and got murdered by them. Hopefully that it goes a lot better around next year. Before I do go, I want to just, while it's on my mind, I want to make the final changes to the depth chart so that I don't have to do it at the start of every game. Clinton is going to be receiver number 2 with Osborne at receiver 3 and Landry at 4. This is going to be the backfield. Offensive line looks good. And then for the defense, I want Leonard starting over Sanborn, Hollins and Cole Lindsey, and then Eric Armstead, Jones, Tayshaun Gibson, and everyone else is fine over here. And then I also want to see why Brisker was playing. Yeah, he's our sub linebacker, so he's going to be in the game a lot when we're in the nickel. And then this is why. Let's move Herbert to the starting running back spot so that both of these guys can get reps. But that is going to do it for me. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. And, yeah, I'll see you guys then.